Why, hello everybody. Welcome to 1 hour with Cinder. Today we are going around on my druid here, picking up herbs, getting, mining ores and stuff. And basically what I'm trying to do here for this hour is just gather as much as I can. And at the end, I guess we'll sell some stuff on the auction house and see how much we make, how much gold we make and stuff. But yeah, this is a new thing that I thought I would try to do. It's inspired by another person that streams and makes YouTube content called Frostadamus. Very awesome person. Really enjoy watching him do his 1 hour sessions. He basically like goes around on his level 60 and gets like a bunch of herbs or mining stuff, or even just farming mobs for different stuff, and at the end he sells it all and he shows how much he makes and stuff. And obviously he talks when he does it too, and has some very nice ambience and music, which I'm sure I'll be having on this video as well. But yeah, this is very much inspired by him. Hopefully it turns out alright. I don't know, to me it's just really relaxing listening and watching to someone do something in a game with some ambience and stuff. And I don't have like the most knowledge about the best routes or how to get the most money. This is definitely not the most efficient way to get money at this level, I'm sure. And I really have no idea like the best routes to take. I don't know where I'm going to get the most amount of herbs and ores and stuff, so just kind of going in blind, just going around picking up all the stuff I can find. Yeah, it was pretty hard finding a bunch of stuff, to be honest. Spent a long time just like running around finding nothing, so yeah. Also with these videos, I don't really know if I should maybe be recording the voice live, maybe, to make it a bit easier to talk about whatever I'm doing. But I thought I would try to make a post commentary style. But yeah, I did some mining on this character in Mulgore, and also some herbalism, and I think I gathered like 8 stacks of copper or something, and a bunch of other stuff, and I think I made about 6.5 gold, which is honestly not that bad, especially if you make a new character and you're just like pick up mining and herbalism and you just want to make some gold. Honestly, not a bad way to get some gold if you're like beginning, like you're starting a new character on a new realm, or you just haven't, that's like your main character, like a fresh beginning, you know what I mean? Well, not fresh realm, I guess, because this realm is pretty old by now, I think. So probably not a good idea to do if it's a fresh realm, but yeah, if you make a new character on a server that's like, it's been existing for a while, good money to be made there, honestly. Not that bad. Like 6 gold ish in like maybe an hour or less. So yeah, I'm pretty curious how much I'll actually get from this little session here. Obviously yeah, this is post commentary, but I have yet to log in and see if I've sold everything. But I guess at the end I could do like a calculation based on like the stuff I sell, and maybe just like, yeah, we'll just see how much of gold I make by just calculating. But maybe I'll record myself opening the mailbox at some point and put it in the end here. But yeah, man, I'm a huge fan of Mulgore, or not Mulgore. Well, I am a fan of Mulgore, to be honest, too. Mulgore is a very beautiful place. Beautiful people, beautiful place. But yeah, the Barrens, very, very awesome. I really like this place. A lot of people don't. Maybe it's because it's really big and it's just like the same area for a long time, like a lot of levels. But for me, I don't know. I've grown to be fond of it, and I really enjoy the questing and just, you know, it's pretty simple too. And it's just go here, pick up stuff, go kill, pick up things from mobs. And I don't know, I kind of like it, to be honest. You know, there's the pirates down by Ratchet and stuff. It's a bunch of cool creatures, you know, the heckin' centaur, the pig people, what are they called? Quillboars, I think. I don't know, I think it's I like it. It's a cool zone. It's a very cool zone. I like the music as well. I probably won't be playing the music from the game in this video, but maybe I will, I don't know. But yeah, I guess basically the only herbs I can really pick up at this very moment is Peace Bloom, Silverleaf, and Earthroot, and I think maybe Mage Royale too. I think by the end of this I'm able to pick up a couple of other herbs. I think Bruiseweed, maybe King's Blood, I'm not entirely sure. And in terms of mining, I guess for the first like 65 mining skill levels, the only thing you can get, I think, is copper ore. And so it took me a while to be able to pick up tin. We'll probably end up at some point in here. Well, I know we will, but we will be seeing me find tin ore, and I'm not able to get them yet. But eventually in this video I'll be able to pick them up. And I learned that tin ore actually sells for quite a bit too. So I feel like mining is actually a really valid thing to do to get money, to sell stuff on the auction house. And you know, I don't plan on doing blacksmithing or a lot of alchemy myself, at least not at the moment. So you know, I'm just picking up these things and selling it. Oh yeah, I forgot this briar thorn as well that I can pick up right here. The bad thing with herbalism, at least at this level, is that I think Peace Bloom and Silverleaf doesn't sell for like barely anything. Although Earthroot sells for quite a bit, and I know that what is it called? Swift Thistle, which you can sometimes get from picking up different herbs, I think. Sells for quite a bit. I think I'll probably make a lot of money from those. So I think they sell for like 40 silver each, which I guess you will see at some point down the road or in the video later, you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm trying my best to just wing this commentary and just talk about whatever comes to mind, and I don't know if it's like weird to take a lot of pause or whatever. But yeah, back to the you know, the Barrens, the zone and everything. I have a lot of memories from this area, from this zone. I remember like this area on the left right here, there's like an oil rig and stuff. I recall not that long ago, maybe like a couple of years ago maybe. I found like this like sludge monster being, a rare mob under there in the water that I killed. I don't remember what I got from him though, but I don't know. I always enjoyed stumbling upon like a bunch of random rare mobs and stuff, and you know, getting excited about like, oh, what am I gonna get from this one? And there's one thing that kind of like is a bit a bit shitty, honestly. There's some rares in some areas that give you like really unique items, but most of them don't, and it's just like kind of like random ass gear with stats, and it's nothing special, you know. So I know in Westfall, oh yeah, here's the tin vein that I can't pick up. I'm just staring at it like, man, I wish I could pick that up, but I can't. So I just keep running. Anyway, back to the whole Westfall thing. There's like a rare mob in Westfall, or a couple of them I think, that has like, they drop like a weapon that has a chance on hit to do like a frost damage or something like that. I wish there was more items like that, just everywhere, to be honest. I just like items, especially weapons with unique effects or something. I think that's pretty cool. Sometimes I wish like I wish like in some case, well, not in some cases, but like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I wish the rares in this game were a thing that everyone could find and get for themselves, and it's not like a shared mob or something. I don't know how that would work entirely, but like, yeah, I don't know. If they could somehow code into the game rare mobs that only you can like see or kill or something, I think that'd be cool. You know what, I've been watching a lot of RuneScape lately, and they have this thing in RuneScape, in old school RuneScape, where there's like random events that happen. Like, what if they added something like that to WoW, where you know, you're just minding your own business and suddenly there's like a rare mob that appears out of nowhere, and it's like a bit of like a story or lore. They just show up and they're like, "Oh, like, you don't belong here. Get out. Get away." Or just like something silly like that. Maybe you talk to them and then they're just angry with you. I don't know. I don't know how to make good characters or interactions, but you know what I mean. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think Blizzard could take a lot of inspiration from old school RuneScape, to be honest. Especially for Classic Plus, if they do make it. I think it'd be so awesome if they had like random events. You know, someone shows up and maybe you talk to them. You could either decline or accept going to like a special place they teleport you to, and you get like a reward after you've done it or something. I think that'd be kind of awesome, to be honest, and maybe it would help with bots even. I think the reason they have that in RuneScape is literally for the bots, like the people botting and stuff, because you know, if they don't like interact with the random events enough or something, they're kind of like marked as suspicious maybe or something, and then maybe their account gets looked at or something. I have no idea how that actually works, but I guess that's my guess. But man, yeah, I run around this area a lot, and I'm just like not seeing anything. Like I said earlier, I have no idea what the best route to take is, and for like many minutes on end I just didn't find anything, and I was like very much counting on there being a bunch of ore like on the mountains, the edge of the map and stuff, but I didn't really find that much. I do end up finding a lot more in the later half of the video, which that was nice. Yeah, heck, I don't know what else to really say. We're coming up on the Harpy area, which is pretty cool. I think a lot of people died here in like the hardcore launch and stuff, for sure, and probably still a lot of people die here. Oh, by the way, I probably should have said this earlier, not that it matters, but I'm playing on a hardcore classic WoW realm, so I know if I do die, it's over. I do have a level 49 shaman that I'm leveling, and I'm a bit of an alcoholic. Like, I just like leveling characters. You know, I leveled my shaman to 49, and then suddenly I was like, I kind of want to make a new character. Kind of want to try a new class, you know? I do that a lot. I end up like making a bunch of characters, getting them to like around 30 or like 20 to 50-ish, and then I feel like making a new character, a new class. I don't know why. I think I just really enjoy the early game, especially. Although I feel like the end game zones and stuff are pretty freaking cool too. I don't really get to the end game that much in general, because I just end up making a bunch of characters. But yeah, I think druid is one of the more fun classes for me in classic. I really enjoy the versatility, you know, being able to go stealth, being able to be like a rogue or like a warrior type, or even a caster, healer. You can do everything. And another reason I made a druid is because you can pick up herbs in cat form, which I guess at like the early levels is pretty nice. And I guess once I get travel form, that'll be even nicer. Very convenient, just be able to run around at the quicker speed, pick up some herbs and stuff. Yeah, and I think maybe even at there's actually a quest I haven't done yet on this character, which gives you the aquatic form. I think that would be quite nice to get, actually, because at some point there's, you know, I'm going to places where there's like water and herbs in the water, like the strangle kelp, I think. And so having aquatic form is just gonna be, you know, very nice. Being able to just swim faster and pick up stuff. I remember actually when Classic re-released, there's a place in Desolus, like as a horde player at least, where you talk to this guy and he asks you to go get 5 shellfish and he gives you 30 silver for it. And I did that actually today because I wanted to get the big iron fishing pole for this character. I did that on my shaman level 49. I just went there and I farmed, or I went to the underwater cages and tried my luck, see if I could get the fishing pole, because I did look up the item in the auction house, the fishing pole, and it cost like 8 gold. So I was like, man, I know where to get this. I'm just gonna go try to get it. And it took quite a while, honestly. Maybe it wasn't worth it. And like, while I was there, I noticed that they changed how that quest works. So now you don't get 30 silver, but you get a blood belly fish or something like that. But if I remember correctly, actually, I went to the auction house with those fish afterwards, and I think they were worth quite a lot, actually. So I sold 18 of them. I guess maybe I'll check out if they sold after I've made this video. See if I made some money, because I think they sold for like 50 silver or 66 or something like that. So that's quite a bit of gold just from that, although it wasn't really efficient, I would say. And maybe if I did that with my druid, it would be a little bit easier, you know, not having to go up for air or buff myself with water breathing. And also, you know, if you don't have aquatic form, or you don't have like a swim speed potion, swimming around takes a long time. So being a druid is really good for that. So maybe that's a good way to make some money. Yeah, maybe I'll do some research and try to find ways to make money. Maybe try to get 100 gold or something before I hit 40. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I hope you guys have been doing really well though. It's currently about to be 7 in the morning for me, as you can see in this video. If you look at the minimap, which is in the middle basically, it's 4:38 a.m. If you don't know me at all, I am from Europe. I live in Norway, and I have a really weird schedule. a really, really weird schedule that I wouldn't recommend. Wouldn't recommend anyone go get. But yeah, it's been my schedule has been like this for ages because I've been, you know, I've had a job online. I was a YouTube editor for somebody for a year and a half or so, and then after that, well, I was let go of, not because I did something wrong or anything like that. It was just because they couldn't really afford paying me anymore, which is fair. That's understandable. It was pretty good money though, I will say. Saved up a bunch, and basically for the past like year-ish, I've been just kind of vibing, just kind of chilling and trying to stream, just streaming on Twitch, seeing if I can, you know, get somewhere or anything like that. I think, yeah, it's just been fun. I've just been enjoying streaming and stuff. It's been quite the journey too. I started streaming about 3 years and 8 months ago at the time of this recording. I had been streaming before that, but I really started for real like 3 months and 8 wait, 3 years and 8 months ago. There you go. I had a brain aneurysm or something. Basically what happened is yeah, I was really bored one day and I was like, man, I keep seeing these streamers and YouTubers make content and it looks fun, it looks awesome, and it cheers me up, it makes me feel better. And so I was like inspired, like, what if I could do that? Well, what if I could stream or make YouTube videos and potentially entertain and just help people feel better and make them have a better day, or give them some relaxation or distraction from daily life and whatever. And so I began streaming again like 3 years, 8 months ago, and I was streaming some Minecraft hardcore, I believe, and 3 days of streaming goes by, and after my stream one day I look at Twitch and I see this streamer, very small streamer, that had a PNG tuber, which is basically a character on the screen that will speak when you speak, like the streamer. And I thought to myself, man, that's kind of cool. Like, I don't have a face cam when I stream. I don't have any character on the screen that's me or something. And so I asked them, like, how did you do this? What is there a program? How did you get the art? And they let me know it's a program called Vito 2 Mini. And I looked into it, I got it. It's a free program. And basically what happened is I took a piece of art that I had been given, or I think I commissioned, I forget, of like a little dog character. It was actually a character inspired by a pet in this game called Cinder, which is also how I kind of got my name as well, the Cinder name. But yeah, I basically asked an artist like way back before I found this program to draw a Cinder pup. And well, it didn't turn out exactly like the character from the game, but it was definitely inspired by it. It was like a deep reddish brown color and some brighter like beige type colors. And although it wasn't meant to be a PNG tuber, so what I did is I basically edited the image to have like an open mouth and blinking and stuff, and I put it in the program. And then the next day I started streaming again, and this time I had a PNG tuber. And I just so happened to get extremely lucky because I was just vibing playing Minecraft, and I get raided by like a bigger streamer, like way bigger streamer than me. I think at the time I had 100 follows and maybe like 1 or 2 viewers watching me. And so this guy called Official Delta Live decides to raid me because they really liked the little character, the little PNG tuber I added to my stream. I guess they browsed for someone to raid after like they were about done with their own stream, and they just saw the character and thought, hey, that's a cool character, I'm gonna raid this person. And you might be wondering, how many people did they raid you with? And it was 256 people, which at the time was quite insane for me. I don't think I've ever like I the most I had before that was maybe like 8 or something, but it was very much just like between 1 and 3 normally. But yeah, so 256 people gets sent to my stream, and I basically I freak out a little bit. I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my god, there's so many people. Like, what am I supposed to do, you know? I wasn't expecting this. And so yeah, I was definitely a bit I look back at, I have some clips of when that happened on my Twitch, like Twitch clips or whatever, and definitely kind of cringe at myself because I definitely reacted so like stupid. Because I feel like when you get raided by someone bigger, it's a lot better to keep your cool and, you know, just keep doing your thing. Introduce yourself and, you know, say hello and welcome people to the stream and stuff. But yeah, I was just like freaking out, like, oh my god, oh my goodness. And at some point I I began like sharing like why I stream with all those people, the 256 people that was there. I was like, guys, the reason I stream is just because I want to make someone's day better. It's all I want to do. I'm passionate about it, like, you know, it's all I care about. And it is true, and it was true back then as well. I just really enjoy just helping people in general. Just if I can provide some comfort or entertainment, then I don't know, it just makes me really happy, because I feel like, or well, I know that the world you know, gets kind of rough sometimes. Life is very bumpy, and when you have like a low time in your life, it's really nice to have like a content creator to watch, or just something to distract like bad thoughts with, or yeah, just be entertained, smile for a bit, forget about the worries and the stress. And that's basically what's kept me going as well for the longest time, you know, 3 years and 8 months now. It's been quite the bumpy road, I will say. Basically, at the time I started, and the first like year of streaming, it was during like the COVID pandemic. People were staying indoors and stuff, and it was quite insane. The first year of streaming, I went from 100 follows to 10,000, and I went from like 1 to 3 viewers to like an average of like 25 or 30. I think the most I had at some point was like 60, like fairly naturally. Like that's the stream I had where no one really raided, or whatever, but I had like 60, 70 people watching, which was freaking crazy. But yeah, the first year as well, man, I really, like, after that raid, like, I began streaming so much. I would stream for like 7 to 10 hours every single day, because I was just so excited that there was people like hanging out, watching, and people were being so nice too. I really look back at that time fondly, and I'm so happy that I've been so fortunate to, you know, get this far and everything, because I used to be quite like lonely and just unsure of what I wanted to do, and or maybe not unsure of what I wanted to do, but like how to do it, or yeah, I guess more or less how to do it. And I thought streaming might be a way for me to do it. Give me 1 second here. Excuse me, there you go. Having a sip of my drink here. Where was I? Oh my lord, my head is a little bit fried. I don't know. Yeah, the first year I played a lot of Minecraft, and then by the end of the year I basically definitely burnt out on Minecraft, so I started playing different games, which definitely took a hit to my whole streaming thing, because people were so used to watching me play Minecraft, because that's basically all I played that entire year. But then I almost completely stopped playing it, and I started playing some World of Warcraft or Overwatch. I think I played Overwatch at first, which was not a good idea, to be honest, because it's a very different game from Minecraft, and I have like this anger issue when it comes to FPS games. I get very competitive, and I expect so much of myself, and whenever I don't perform well in Overwatch or any FPS game, I just get very like upset and angry and kind of depressive. Yeah, I don't know, I just hate losing a lot, or if the game feels unfair or unbalanced, or maybe someone is just so good and they keep killing me. And sometimes certain characters just piss me off in Overwatch. You know, getting one shot by a Widowmaker, getting killed by a Genji or something. So basically what happened is that my streams went from an average of like 30 people watching to maybe like 5. But that was that was a little bit crazy, I will say. I feel like I got humbled in some sort of sense, some way. In hindsight, I'm kind of glad it happened, because I feel like it has changed my view of streaming and, you know, all that stuff. Like I just feel like I am more thankful now for what I have, and, you know, despite the numbers and stuff, I'm just very happy that people still care and still want to watch. But yeah, I dropped from 30 plus average to like 5. And it did slowly increase in view count. If I remember correctly, it's a while ago. But I guess that's what happens when you go from one game to something completely different and new. You kind of have to like rebuild your audience again. And yeah, I played Overwatch for probably a couple months straight, until I was so defeated by the game and just like myself and my emotions. I quit the game, and instead of playing Overwatch, I started playing some World of Warcraft. And this game to me is just very much a comfort game. I played this game since I was 10 years old. I am currently 28 and a half. And I like classic WoW especially. It's what I love the most. I'm not a huge fan of retail WoW. I think it's a bit, I don't know, it lost its charm and like what I enjoyed about, you know, original World of Warcraft. The grinding, the leveling, the pacing and stuff. It just lost a lot of that in the current versions of the game. So I've always kind of gravitated towards older versions of the game. So Classic, Burning Crusade, and Wrath of the Lich King, and everything after that is kind of like, not really my cup of tea. But yeah, sometimes it's just, it's so nice to just play this game and listen to the music and feel a bit nostalgic. I remember there's this moment where I think I was like 15, 16. I was visiting grandmother with family, and I was laying in bed at night, and I randomly decided to listen to classic WoW music on my phone, and man, it really hit me. I really like got super duper nostalgic. I missed classic WoW so much. Like I think my eyes might have been watering as well. Just like, man, I miss playing this game when it was good. Because we didn't have classic WoW back then when I was 15, 16. Because classic WoW, I think by that time it was like Cataclysm or something like that. Maybe a Mist of Pandaria or even. So it had been a while since I played classic. I think I played some private servers. Don't remember, but at the time when I was, you know, visiting my grandmother, I think I hadn't played WoW in like ages. I think I quit basically after Wrath of the Lich King, so I didn't really play much Cataclysm at that moment. But yeah, I'm really thankful that they finally, you know, I guess it's many years ago now, that they decided to make classic realms original World of Warcraft how it should be, in my opinion. Yes. Yeah, super stoked whenever classic was announced and we got to play it, and god, like all the content and Twitch streamers you could watch whenever this game had its classic release was insane. It was so much fun. I remember watching, I think specifically I was watching Asmongold leveling this warrior, human warrior, with his friends and stuff. A little bit of S-Fand and probably someone else. I don't remember. It's been, yeah, it's been a few years. But anyways, I'm curious, how did you guys get into this game yourselves? Because I remember back when I was 10 years old or something like that, going to school. Me and my brother, we had some friends in like an older age class. I don't know what you call that in English, but basically these kids would like talk about the game and kind of like play it out in the breaks and stuff. And so I guess we learned about the game from them, and I think I believe we ended up really being interested in the game, although obviously we were 10 years old, couldn't really pay for it or buy it or have the subscription. So we wished it for our birthday. I think we turned 11 or something, and yeah, I recall wishing for this game, and we ended up getting it. And man, our internet was so freaking slow back then. It was like maybe 0.3 megabytes per second or something. It was horrible. I'm so glad the internet speeds and connections have increased and gotten so much better than back then. But yeah, I just remember getting the game, which was in a physical form, you know, you get like the CD We got like a book with it and like a special cover. And I remember looking at the cover and in the book that came with it and just being so excited. Seeing like the art of the Tauren and like the Night Elves, and it had some lore and stuff. And man, it took forever to download the game, obviously. Although I guess the game back then wasn't like nowadays. The size of the game isn't that big. I think it's like under 10 gigabytes, but man, if you have 0.3 megabyte speed download, you know, it takes quite a while to download 10 gigabytes. So we would just kind of sit there and look at the percentage of like, you know, the game is downloading 1%, 2%, 3%, and it would be like really slow, and we would just kind of like stare at it and be like, come on, 1%, one more. And yeah, we back then we had just one computer that me and my brother would share, and I think the first time we played, it was my brother who played, and if I remember correctly, he made a warrior Tauren called, I think, what was it? Maybe like Bullhorn or something, something silly like that. But I also recall our dad was watching us, you know, make the character and get into the game, and when we first logged in, or I guess my brother logged in, I remember some guy challenged my brother to a duel, and our dad was like, oh no guys, don't do that, maybe you'll get kicked out of the tribe, or you know, you'll be banished from the realm, or like, you know, something stupid like that. And so we didn't accept the duel. And yeah, just very awesome. The first time we played it, it was insane. Like, you just had this like intense feeling of like adventure, and like everything is new. It looks so awesome. The music is great. And the world felt so open and so big compared to anything we'd ever played before. Because I think the only like RPG or MMO we ever played before that was, I think, RuneScape, old school RuneScape. And yeah, obviously the graphics in this game is like way different than RuneScape. And yeah, it was just a really awesome time. Just when everything is new about this game and you're learning it. It is a great feeling. It is so awesome. I hope that, you know, people even nowadays, if you haven't played this game and you try it, I hope you get those feelings. And I don't know if you can get those same feelings for, you know, the retail up-to-date game. Maybe you will. But I don't know, something about classic WoW to me is just so much better. But yeah, I ended up getting myself a gaming laptop like a year later or something. I think at the time when I got it, I think Burning Crusade had came out. But yeah, I was leveling a Night Elf druid. Or actually, I think the first character I made was also a Tauren. I made a Tauren shaman, and I called him Bull Power or something like that. But yeah, it was so fun, man. It was awesome. I think we both, like in this game, when you begin at the hotbar, where the number 1 is your auto attack typically, and we didn't know that, you know, you didn't have to spam it to attack something, so we would just spam click it, thinking, oh, that's how you start like doing damage and stuff. But yeah, obviously that's not how it works. Pretty funny, actually. But yeah, how did you guys get into this game? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear when and what expansion, and maybe like what the first class and race you made was. And do you still play it today? I wonder. And if so, are you playing classic? Are you playing hardcore? Are you playing the retail? I don't know. What is the current expansion even? I don't even know, to be honest with you. it's not Dragonflight, right? It's like War Within, I think. I'm just not really paying attention to the new stuff anymore, to be honest with you. But yeah, do let me know. I'm very curious. And yeah, man, as you can see by the footage here, I found some ore in the water. I don't know if it's now or later, but I think I go here again at some point. Maybe I won't spoil it. But yeah, something funny happens, or a bit, you know, something stupid. But yeah, I think this is around the time I started getting a lot more ores and herbs and stuff. I found them a bit easier because I started going to the lush areas like this, the oasis or whatever, and I found a lot of silver leaf and copper on the little mountains or hills, whatever you want to call them. Pretty sick, pretty awesome. Man, I don't know if you guys can tell either, but I think about 7 minutes and 50 seconds ago, and this is like the day after, I recorded the first voiceover, the first half of this voiceover yesterday. It's a new day now, and it do be hard to find stuff to talk about consistently. Like, I'm trying to talk and not record multiple clips, so it's a bit more natural and not really scripted. I think typically when I make post commentaries, I end up having like a loose script or just like topics to talk about, but at the very moment I don't really have any, so it's just kind of free flowing and all that. So yeah, today, right now, it's a beautiful day. It's super duper hot though, quite windy as well. Ended up making a very nice dinner though. I made a chicken fajitas, although it was more like a lasagna style version of it. I just like lasagna-fied chicken fajitas. Had like a big square like form or like thingy, I don't know what you call that. And I had cooked some chicken and some beans and some tomato sauce. Kind of mixed those together. By the time they were done cooking, cooked it for a little bit more, and then in the form thingy we would put like taco wraps, basically. That's like the layers of quote-unquote pasta to make the layers of lasagna, I guess. And, you know, layered it with the tomato-y chicken stuff, and then another layer, more meat and stuff, and then some cheese on the top. Turned out quite nice, honestly. Definitely want to make that again. The other day, actually, we made something new as well. We made like a grilled cheese with roast beef in it, and on the side I was cooking or just heating up, I guess, some like chunky tomato sauce, which I put some spice in. And at the end, when the sandwiches were cooked, the grilled cheese, whatever, put them on a plate, and I poured the tomato sauce on it. It was honestly quite quite delicious. Would recommend you know, adding some tomato sauce to your grilled cheese. I don't know where I got the idea from. I think I've just heard a lot of people eat grilled cheese with like tomato soup or something. So I figured, maybe if I just get some tomato sauce and heat it up, maybe it'll be pretty nice. And yeah, it was definitely quite nice. It adds like a nice little tangy flavor, I guess, which is awesome. Yeah, man, I like how I'm I'm playing World of Warcraft and I'm just talking about food now. What has this video turned into? I don't know. But yeah, I tried to get some add-ons for gathering and stuff. I don't know if I have the best ones. I definitely don't. I've seen some people have an add-on that shows you like where to go, like where all the nodes of herbs are and where the nodes of ore is. I don't have that. I don't know how exactly to get that. I think you have to like implement something from a website called Wowhead to like get all the routes, all the places where the ores are. Maybe I'll look into that for the future, but for now I'm just kind of like winging it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, just walking around, basically clicking 1 and 2 on the hotbar to toggle between seeing herbs on the map or seeing ores on the map. So yeah, I'm gonna take a drink here for a second, excuse me. I have a cold Coca-Cola. Very, very nice. Like Coca-Cola is like, it's sometimes really nice, but then if you drink a lot of it, it kind of loses the flavor, or just like, I don't know, it doesn't taste as good if you drink it a lot. But on a very hot summer day, getting like a really cold, sugary Coca-Cola is quite refreshing, honestly. But yeah, I probably should be drinking more water, to be honest. I definitely don't hydrate enough. I don't know if I'm the only one who struggles with keeping up with the amount of water you're supposed to have in your body. I think you're supposed to have like 2 liters or more, 2 to 3 liters. I don't know how many ounces that is. I don't know freedom units. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, it's quite a lot, and I don't know if it, like, because I'm not very tall in real life. I wonder if that makes it so that I don't have to drink as much. Oh yeah, here's the, like, look on the map right now. There's 4 like veins of ore in the water, and I end up getting 2, I believe, and I guess you'll see after I mine this one. And maybe the next one you'll see there's a guy who comes in. Yeah, I go and I get this vein right here, and then I'm supposed to turn around and get the other ones. Like, you can even see on the map right now, one of the ores that I saw has been taken, and it, of course, both of the ores I didn't get are the tin ores, which are worth more than the copper. Yeah, this guy, I was like, man, like, fuck off, this is my town. I'm the one farming here, I'm making a video. But yeah, I was like, is he really mining it? Yeah, he is. He's mining it. I'm like shaking my head like, ugh, god damn it, like I found that and then he took it. But yeah, at least there's a lot of leaves, silver leaves and stuff around here. And I think I ended up with, well, I guess I shouldn't spoil it. I guess we'll see at the end how many like stacks of things I got. Yeah, heck, I don't even know what to talk about anymore. There was a silver leaf right there. It said it was on there on the map, but then I couldn't find it, and I looked on the map again, and it was gone. So I think it disappeared. I don't know if I layered to a different layer or like what happened, but yeah, that was quite annoying, to be honest. I was like, man, where the hell did it go? Where did it go? I have no idea. But yeah, I'm excited to get travel form. I think that's at level 40 or 30. I think it's 30 maybe. I think you'll run at 40% speed. Currently the cat form I have is 30%. So it's like a 10% difference, but it does feel quite a bit faster and will definitely make it easier, or I guess faster for me to go around if I do more videos like these, running around farming all the ores and herbs that I find. I'm also leveling fishing on the side, so I was thinking maybe in the next video or at some point in the future I will record a video like this, but I'm fishing, and maybe I'll fish at an area where you're able to get a lot of like the underwater like loot boxes, like caches or whatever. They typically have some green items in there, potions and food and different valuables. So it's like a good way to get gear even for, you know, my character. And you can make a lot of money off of that too, especially if you get like any cloth armor with off the eagle on it, which basically means that it's intellect and stamina gear, which is very valuable and nice for mages and casters, but I guess especially mages because they just want a lot of stamina and intellect, and they want a lot of stamina because a lot of mages will go around and AoE farm, which means they gather up a bunch of monsters together and they freeze them in place and they just freaking kill them all. Mages are quite powerful for farming mobs and, you know, all that stuff. Definitely the most AoE in the game. AoE stands for area of effect, I believe. So like the damage is like spread out between a bunch of monsters in an area. So like they kind of kill everything at once. Yeah, druids are not good at that. They are definitely more so a single target. And that guy right there, the orc, I think he was going for the ore I was going for. And then he saw me taking it and he felt awkward, and so he just kept running into the wall until I got it, and then he turns it around and just awkwardly runs away. Rest in peace, guy who didn't get what he wanted. Some competition, I guess. I didn't really expect to find anyone else doing this. But yeah, I guess since I'm playing on an American server, I don't know like when the best times to farm is, but for me at this time it is, what is, I can't even see at the moment, like 7 or 5 something the time. I can't see, my eyes are blurry, I need glasses. But yeah, no idea what time it is in America actually. I think I can right click the clock and make it be a server time thing, but I think right now it's on like a 24-hour local time, so it shows me what my time is. But yeah, I don't know what zone I will be doing this next on. Depends on when I get to like record an hour of footage, which I could very easily do, I guess. It's not really that hard to just record for an hour, especially when I'm trying to like skill up my mining and herbalism. Although I'm pretty excited to get to level 60 so I can really start farming a lot of gold. I think maybe stuff gets a bit more expensive in terms of ores and herbalism herbs at like level 40 or 50 plus maybe. I think you can make, I guess, between 40 and 100 gold an hour if you're lucky. There's like a very rare herb you can find called the Black Lotus, which I've seen Frostadamus try to get in Winter Spring. Man, Winter Spring is such a beautiful area. It's awesome. It's a snow area. I'm a really big fan of snow, honestly, especially in this game. It's pretty cozy, atmospheric. So, you know, on the Alliance side, I really enjoy making a gnome or a dwarf, because they both spawn in a snow area called Dunmoreau, and it has some really nice music. I will say, really awesome. But yeah, I think the shaman that I made, if you remember, I talked about the shaman I made, Barrens shaman. I only got to like level 26 or 28 or something, and then I made an alliance character, a night elf druid, and I believe I got them to 54 or something. I never quite got to endgame really in any expansions because I just kept making new characters and leveling. I still do that to this day. But yeah, I got to 54 or something like that. And then I think I actually made a horde character druid. So a Tauren druid, that just like this one. Because I was like, oh, druids get different forms depending on the factions they are on. Wow, that's pretty cool. I want to be a heckin' lion with horns and saber teeth. So I ended up making a Tauren druid. And I do not remember how far I got with that. I think just like 24-ish. If I remember. I don't even know if I have the character anymore or even the account anymore. Yeah, I think after making my Night Elf Druid on the Alliance side, I definitely enjoy Druids. I think they are by far my favorites to play, and you know, they're not super duper unique or really, really cool in Classic, but they do get quite insane in later expansions like TBC and Wrath of the Lich King especially. They get crazy. Because in Classic, they're not really that viable in raids, especially like endgame stuff, because they have a lot of bleed effects. So I think at the very moment at level 22 I have something called Rip, which is a bleed overtime damaging ability. And then at 24 I will get Rake, which is another bleed overtime thingy. So you can't really use those at end game raiding content, unless I guess you find some crazy chill guild that doesn't care about efficiency and having the best things, you know. But you can definitely make them fairly viable. Not the greatest DPS, but you can make them pretty viable. Because I think you can go to a dungeon called Nomergan, which is in Dunmorrow, the snow area with the dwarves. There's a gnome city that in the game, in Classic, has been taken over by leper gnomes, and like everything in there is like diseased with some sort of radiation. And there's like a boss in there that will give you a weapon. This dungeon is like level 40 or 30, 36 something, I believe. I forget exactly. It might be around 30 to 40. But yeah, there's a weapon a boss drops that has a on-use effect, which is really, really powerful for druids. Like while they're in cat form at least, because cat form by default has a attack speed of 1 second, which is the fastest in the game for sure. And then this on-use effect on this weapon you can get, it has 3 charges and it increases your attack speed. Actually, I don't entirely remember how fast it is. I think it's like, is it 300% or something, or maybe it's just like a, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure, but it makes you attack really, really, really quickly. So a lot of druids at endgame end up farming this weapon to have like multiple for like a raid, and they use the on-use effect on the weapon to like get somewhat competitive DPS. I don't think they will ever be better than warriors or rogues in DPS though, or maybe even mages or something. I have no idea. But you know, if you find a guild that isn't super duper like, oh, let's make the best you know, raid with efficient classes and all that stuff, like, you know, you can do what you want. But yeah, coming up on the end of the road here, as you can see, a moment ago I showed my bags, had quite a bit of stuff, and I went to the auction house here to check out what everything was worth. So I put the copper ore in there, searched for it, and I scroll down and I see, let's see, it sells for like 40 44 to 45-ish silver. And some guys sold these ores for 1 silver bid. So I just bid on them in case I win them, because then I could make a lot of profit. I don't know why you would ever put this in here and only have bidding on it and not buy out. But yeah, I ended up bidding on them to see if I get them. And yeah, so basically I took the price of the copper ore and I just sold it for a little bit cheaper to be higher on the list in the auction house. So I sold it for like 42 or something. And as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12, 13-ish stacks or something. I don't know. I can't really count. Well, I can, but I don't want to. But yeah, I will be showing how much money I made at the end of this video, because I did record that just a little bit ago. But yeah, I put all these in here, sold them, and then these 5 I sold for like half of the price of the 10 stack ones. And then I think I went here to check the other prices for herbs and stuff. The mage royale didn't really sell for much, so I thought, meh, I'll keep that for like when I do professions myself. And the earth roots sells for, you know, a decent amount. So I decided to put that in there. I didn't have like too much of that though, but yeah, you can see me like thinking about like, oh, what should I sell it for? I put it in there and I, yeah, just put a price for like 50, 52 or something. Yeah, checking the silver leaf price, didn't sell for much at all, so I decided not to really sell it, because why would I? The tin ore though sells for quite a bit. Seems to go for about 60-ish silver, something around there. Or yeah, I sold mine for 67. And the moss agate, which I got from a tin ore, I think, sells for like 35, 39. So that's a pretty nice little chunk of money that right there that I can make from that. Only got 1 though, so, but it's still a decent bit of money, especially at this level. And the briar thorn, not really worth it, is it? Or maybe it was actually. I don't recall. Do I end up selling it? I think I do. Oh yeah, I was trying to like split it into 10 and then split the other stack into a bunch of 1 stack items. Pretty stupid, but hey, it be what it be. Let me take a drink again. So I guess this briar thorn sold for about, what is it, 60, 70, 50? I sell it for 50, 53. And then I sell the ones of it for like 3 silver and 50. I definitely should be getting a auction house add-on, because it makes it a lot easier to sell and look up stuff. I just never got used to them and I don't really like them that much. But yeah, rough stone didn't sell for nothing. It's dirt cheap, so I'm not selling that. Although the swift thistle sells for quite a lot, because I believe it's used for swiftness potions, which is really good for hardcore, and it also sells, or is used for thistle tea, which is a rogue item that you can eat or drink rather. It's like a tea, and it gives you 100 energy, which is really freaking good for rogues, especially in PvP or in raids or something like that, just to get your energy back. So I made quite a bit of money from these, which is pretty awesome. So about 33 silver for each. Very good money indeed. Yeah, we're almost at the point where I'll show you guys how much money I made from all this. So I just like went over here and I looked at everything I was selling. Yeah, I still can't tell how many stacks of copper that is, but yeah, let's have a look at how much money we made, shall we? So here we are. This is like many hours later, the day after, I think. As I opened the mailbox, put my bag here to see the gold I have. So like, you know, right there. And how much money did we make? Oh my goodness. The cash is flowing in, baby. So quite a bit actually. We made a total of 7.77 gold. So 7 gold, 77 silver. Not that bad for being level 22, and I only spent an hour and like 15 minutes, I believe, tops, getting all the ores and all that stuff. And there's also this tin ore in here, which if this sells, you know, it'll be a bit over 8 gold-ish. Yeah, that'll be it for the video though. Hope you guys enjoyed the, you know, the vibes and hanging out, and hope it's been relaxing for you. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, your night. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.